Well, here it is, folks. The first Super Tournament of the year, 2015, the 77th Tata Steel Chess Tournament. Great action, great tournament, great world-class players. Don't miss any of the action. And here are the standings after 9 rounds in the 77th edition of Tata Steel Chess, the Masters section. First place with 7 points, winning 6 in a row, Magnus Carlsen. Wesley So, Maxime Vichet-Lagraf with 6, Ivanchuk right behind him with 5.5, as well as Ding with 5.5, Giri and Caruana with 5, Watsozik and Radjabov with 4.5, Aronian with 4, poor Aronian, he finally got a win. Hu Yifan has 3, as well as Sarek, Luke Van Wheely, who I personally met, cool guy, with 2.5, and poor Joe Baba with 1.5. And that's the standings after 9 rounds in the 77th edition of Tata Steel Chess. Carlsen's got his foot on the gas pedal. We'll see if they can stop him before it's too late.
The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Well, this is the game of the day from round 9 in the 77th edition of Tata Steel Chess Master section, between someone who needs no introduction in the chess world, Magnus Carlsen from Norway, current world champion as white, and Timur Radjabov from Azerbaijan as black. Timur's had some tough breaks the last year and a half. Let's see how he does today. Carlsen goes e4, e5. It's going to be a Berlin, but don't roll your head because this is a pretty good game. Castles, pawn, knight, castles, pretty much standard stuff. Now you're going to see where this capture comes in later, and it caused a lot of problems for black. B takes h3. This doesn't seem too bad now. h6. You know, in retrospect, see what the computer likes here. I got the computer on off screen. Bishop e6, rook e8, which I suggested because he's got to get this pawn pushed up here pretty quick. At least get the bishop back, and you'll see why. h6, rook e1, rook e8, knight f1. Computer likes knight c4. That's a pretty good spot, but Magnus, I'm sure, has got his preparation in hand. a5, knight g3, here comes the knight. Rook b8, b3. Believe it or not, even though I do like white's position here, according to the computer, it's a minute advantage for black, so we'll call it even. So I got to say, Timur did okay. We're on round 12. Excuse me, move 12, and he's pretty even. Bishop b4 hitting the rook. Bishop, rook a8. But he really doesn't want to trade, because that bishop is going to be toast here shortly. You'll see why. d4, bishop backs up. D takes, c4. Doesn't look too bad for that bishop right now, but the problem is for black is getting a knight here, getting something here and good luck with that. So he decides to go this way. Knight here. I think maybe he's thinking about going here, then here to here after he pushes the pawn. It's probably his plan. That's a lot of moves. Queen e2, knight f8. Bishop e3. Alright, what does black do here? And I think this is where he stumbles, and I think he should have played. He probably should have played bishop d4. And what he decided to do was c5. Not so good. I can understand why he did it. Eventually he's going to get his knight here and here, and things will be fine for him. But he's not going to be able to get the time for that. Rook a to d1, queen f6. Knight h5. Now, we can't tell as amateur players, but the attack is coming on the king side. It's coming. Look at this poor bishop right here. Look at that. Not so good. He's going to be down a piece for a while. Queen e7. Knight h2 is going to bring the other knight up and around. a4 might have been a good move, I think, here. And the computer agrees. Get some counterplay. Get this rook out of here. Get something going. You know, bishop over, do something. But I think he got spooked. I think this is where the emotional, psychological part comes in. It's Magnus Carlsen. Now, he did beat Magnus last year, the last time they played, so it's not like it's unheard of from Timur's a world-class player. Besides, you go king to h7, and that's not so hot. Queen f3 basically gives him a tempo. f6. Now, again, the computer calls for a4 and knight g6. I like knight g6 myself, but a4 was acceptable as well. f6, I can understand he wants to cover the g5 square, but knight to g4. Bishop takes. Now, Magnus, from what I understand, I saw some reviews of this game on other websites, took the bishop almost immediately. Carlsen took with a queen immediately. Computer like h takes, not by much better, but better. And then knight to e6. But he took with a queen. A little inaccuracy, not the end of the world. Rook e to d8. Now we're on move 25. And Radjabov has eaten up a ton of time. He's very low on time now. He's got 15 more moves to the time control. Queen checks. King moves back. G8 or H8 is dead on in score with the computer. F4, he's trying to open things up here. The attack is starting to brew. Rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Now this is where I think the pressure got to him. He doesn't have much time. He's on move 29. He's got to make 11 moves in like 3-4 minutes. Not even that. They're getting a 30-second increment, but rook to e8 is the computer's choice to trade off rooks. Besides, they go queen to e6, which makes perfect sense as he wants to trade queens. Now, you're white. What do you do here? Do you trade? Do you allow him to trade on f5? What do you do? Magnus goes rook to d3. Now, the computer didn't like that, but I like that psychologically. I really do. And he plays rook to e8, which makes perfect sense. And the points are starting to pile up now for Carlsen. The advantage is increasing. We all see why, of course, he can't go here. Queen checks. This is a dreadful, dreadful endgame for Carlsen. Absolutely horrible. I should say for Radjabov, excuse me. The computer like queen takes, pawn takes, rook e8. It's an over 2-point advantage for white. But what are you going to do here? I mean, in all fairness. He's backed up. Knight takes g7. Excellent move. Never saw that coming in a million years. Knight takes. Computer likes queen takes f5. But it's over a 3-point advantage. King takes g7. Decides to take the knight. If he had taken traded queens, knight takes, rook to d8, and rook takes, rook checks, rook takes. I mean, he's just doomed. Just absolutely doomed. Takes with a king. Now Radjabov is almost out of time. He's on move 31. Queen. Knight h7. Beautiful moves by Carlsen. Bishop takes. Interesting might have been queen takes and then h8. But that would have almost drawn it according to the computer. Almost 0.00. Bishop takes was the correct move. Only moves. Queen g8. Now what do you do here? Bishop checks. Beautiful. Beautiful. Queen takes. Queen takes. Queen f8. Queen e6. Queen h6. And we're on move 37 and e5. Wow, wow, wow. Pawn can't take because he loses the queen. It's over, almost a 7-point advantage now for white. If he had gone rook d8 check, for those of you who are wondering, after knight, queen f7, queen checks, king, and there's a crap load of checks. But eventually, that's what happens. After e5, he played queen to c1 check. King up. Queen checks. And now rook to g3, blocking all the checks, blocking that check, no more checks. And it's mate. Threatened. And there's no way he can guard the square. Great game. Great game. Give you an idea, he could have lasted a couple more moves. Queen takes, knight. I mean, what's he gonna do? Take the queen with the pawn? He's still doomed. Knight checks, rook takes, f takes, rook f7. It's over. It's over. Up the exchange and the pawn. Anyway, folks, that's game of the day from round 9. I hope you enjoyed it. That's 6 in a row for Carlsen. Magnus is on a tear. He's got his foot to the gas pedal all the way to the floor. We'll see if he can get slowed down any at all. And as I always say at all the end of all my videos, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.